What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson back with the latest and greatest on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel, where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. It is 2 days away from Washington's preseason finale, so who better to get on than my boy, whose name is ringing bells on Washington Twitter these days. I don't know where he's at right now. He's like Carmen San Diego. He could be anywhere in the United States of America. What up, Josh?
What's up, man? Like they say, no stopping when you're popping, man. Things are going crazy right now. So for both of us, man, I mean, the whole fan base is on fire, man. That preseason game with the Ravens, that's the dude. I'm telling you, there's regular season games I've been to that weren't that crazy for Washington. So like this fan base is on fire right now, dude.
Hell yeah, you can feel the energy, you can feel the belief, the genuine optimism coming out. But since you're coming all the way from Texas over to these games, so there is no excuse. If you can get out there and you're in the area, get your ass out the FedEx Field.
Literally.
Our squad. But you were in the building. I unfortunately was not able to make it out to FedEx. Give me your experience at FedEx. Like you just said, some of the regular season games we've went through over these last couple years didn't have the atmosphere that a preseason game had. Yeah. What was it like? What was the new going on in FedEx?
I mean, even just getting there, like I went like, because you know how, I forgot what side it is, like where the Legends Plaza is. When you walk straight, like you're right there at the end zone, and you can like see the whole field. I went straight to the field, man. I just looked, and I was like, man, this place just looks different. Like it looks cleaner, it looks newer. Like it's sad that it took a whole new owner to actually fix what the stadium looks like. But I'm telling you, man, like it looks so much better. It just had a good vibe to it. I mean, there's so many people tailgating at a preseason game, man. I was like, man, it was popping already. Like as soon as I got there, and then got the hookups to go on the field, and I'm looking up. I'm like, man, this place is filling in quick. I mean, in my opinion, I'm telling you, man, week 1, I don't care who we play. We can play Bishop Sycamore, a fake team, and that place is gonna be sold out and full, man. I have no idea. Like I have no idea what to expect week 1. That place is gonna be insane.
Yo, speaking of Bishop Sycamore, I started that BS High doc on Max at the gym.
I need to.
That shit. Yo, that coach is a sociopath, bro. The coach, bro, he wants all the attention from this documentary. He is the wrong person to have a documentary about because he doesn't really seem very like
just making up stuff.
He doesn't regret the shit he was getting off with this fake ass school, bro. Like he lived for this damn moment. But yo, like somebody just said in the chat, yo, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. Yo,
dude, that shit got me fucked up, man. Because like, I mean, like not a lot of people. I mean, you see the WWE belt wherever it's at. Like, dude, I'm a big wrestling fan. There was years where I stopped watching it, and honestly, like Bray Wyatt coming back, the whole Wyatt family, even like Luke Harper and them, man, like R.I.P. Luke. I mean, dude, he drew me back in as a wrestling fan, man, and it's just like the dude was phenomenal what he did. He was so passionate. Like, he was totally different, man. That completely took me off guard, man. I love Bray Wyatt for real.
Yeah, rest in paradise to Bray, man. I didn't even watch too much. I used to be a huge fan growing up, but I haven't watched that much wrestling. But some of the last wrestling I remember watching was Bray Wyatt being an absolute terrifying creep of a
god-tier wrestler.
Yo, he was crazy, yo.
Yeah,
he was
man.
really good,
man.
Condolences to the family, though. But back to good vibrations, though. FedEx was popping. Sam Howell got the whole world buzzing. We've been trying to tell him about Sam for the longest. The world and the national NFL media, all the pundits are uniting to all of a sudden, oh my God, there's something to this Sam Howell thing.
That makes me sick.
The of the world, the Chris Sims, Kay Adams been on she been on there, you know. Shout out,
she OG, Kay Adams.
Yeah. But
everybody else, man, everybody. Mina Kimes came around a little bit early. She's like, I don't know, like, I kind of like him. But everybody else is like, oh, they're really going to roll out with Sam Howell this season. There's no way. I guarantee you. Like, they're going to re-sign Heineke and he's going to be the quarterback. It's just people saying that we're gonna have a top 3, top 4 pick next season.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe people are predicting under 6 wins, but like,
dude, that's embarrassing. And I was on Adam Epstein's radio show today, 910 The Fan in Richmond, Virginia. Like, dude, we were 8-1 with our terrible quarterback play. You're telling me that we're losing 2 wins with Eric Bieniemy and with Sam Howell? Like, dude, we're a playoff caliber team every year. We just don't have the quarterback or offensive coordinator to get us there.
Super disrespectful. And what it tells me is that national media, they don't watch the, like, we get flack as content creators when we go watch players. Like, you can tell these national media guys do not watch players' college tape, because how the hell do you not know Sam Howell has a howitzer? How do you not know that he ran for over 800 yards his last year at UNC? Wow, he's mobile. Wow, he can sling it. Wow, he looks experienced. I mean, he did start, 37 games in college? Yeah. No one knew anything about Sam Howell other than the school he played for and what round he was drafted in. And it's so clear. Love Pat McAfee in his show.
Fucking clueless.
Pat McAfee knew nothing about Sam Howell until Monday night.
I don't know why. Because, like, literally before his last season, he was projected top 3, top 4 pick.
In the draft. In the
entire draft. Man. I mean, he was up there, like, beyond some of these guys that went in the first round. And I'm like, just because he didn't even have a bad season either. Like, it was just a different season. It was a total different offense. It was the same offensive coordinator. He had Phil Longo and such. But he actually had to use his legs. He had to run. And that's something I talked to him about at the Senior Bowl. I was like, Sam, people are saying you had a bad season, but you really didn't. It was just a completely different. You lost. It was like 75% of his entire production with his wide receivers and his running backs gone. I was like, Sam, like, you use your feet a lot this season. Why? Is that something Phil Longo talked to you about? Is that something he said, hey, Sam, we need you to do this? He goes, no, my team needed me to. So as the season went on, I did what I had to do to produce on this offense. He's like, it's just, I did what I had to do. I'm like, I told him, I was like, dude, I don't see what the knock is on you. Like, I don't see why scouts and all these teams are knocking you. He wasn't bad, dude. He was so consistent over his 3 years at North Carolina. And it just blows my mind that all of a sudden people are like, oh, he went in the 5th round. I don't know, but I don't know this guy. There's no way Washington's really going to go with this guy. Sam Howell, who was that? That's not Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields or, Trey Lance.
Oh, my God, man. Trey Lance. Oh, my God. B-U-S-T capitals, exclamation point, dude. ×7, bust. Oh, my. But, like, it's the media thing. The media be getting people drafted, bro. These pundits on TV be getting folks drafted Trey when Lance. They run and regurgitate these things about traits. And Sam was one of the most efficient passers, if not the most efficient passer in the history of the ACC. His one bad year was 24 passing touchdowns and 11 rushing touchdowns. So his bad year was 35 total touchdowns. And he went for 38 and 30 the 2 years prior. And I swear if he was 6'4", the whole conversation is differently, because people.
And he's not even like that short. Like, he's not like he's Bryce Young small, which I love Bryce.
Yeah, shout out to Bryce. But
dude, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
The thing, it blows my mind. Like, people are saying, oh, he's a little too much like Baker. So shout out to Baker Mayfield for letting us get a potential franchise quarterback in the 5th round. If that's the reason guys weren't drafting Sam Howell in the first 2-3 rounds, because he just looked a little too much like Baker Mayfield, who went 1st round, by the way.
The first pick.
Yeah.
The first overall. Oh, my God.
God forbid Trey Lance, who only had 300 passing attempts in his entire college career in the FCS level. Yep. God forbid he has one really good throw in the pro days and he can run a guy over in the goal line situation. We have to trade up and get this guy at 3 overall. My God, I love Anthony Richardson, but like having 1 year of college experience and just saying, oh, guys, I think, this guy is a boomer bust guy. Let's take the chance on him. Just because Sam Howell isn't flashy. Dude, he had some crazy plays at North Carolina. I mean, he was throwing bombs to De'Ami Brown, Josh Downs. I mean, like I said, he had crazy running backs, man. Just because he doesn't talk like Sam Howell's just like the guy you went to like a high school with and played baseball, like super Christian. Like, he's a quiet guy. Like, he just doesn't
Ball is life. Ball is life for Sam, bro.
Like, my dude's not wearing chains and like, you know, promoting all this stuff. Like, oh, I'm gonna go stream Call of Duty tonight, y'all. Like,
it's coming though. Like the first good team we beat, that man's his face is gonna be everywhere because one preseason game put him on the map nationally. Everybody is going to be watching Eric Bieniemy and Sam Howell's offense now.
And you said it. You said it. This is a primetime game. Everybody's watching. It's the Ravens. It's the Ravens streak. This is Sam's opportunity to ball out, and people are going to be like, all right, this guy's got something. It wasn't like a Saturday 1 o'clock game.
The world's watching.
Yeah. Everybody was watching. And now everyone's like, oh, yeah, he had a couple mistakes. But once he got in rhythm, once he got going, it was just methodical. It was just like completion. Pick up the third down, go forward on fourth. We're moving the chains. Like once he gets in a rhythm, it's scary, man. And then you mix in like a deep one, like that one to Terry in the Cowboys game, like it's coming. Like that's the only thing we haven't seen this preseason yet is him throw just like a bomb. The one to Jahan was pretty good in the Browns game. I'm talking about like that Terry and like he used to do to Diami back in North Carolina. He's throwing like a 50-yarder, like showing off that cannon.
They saving that one for the games that count. And speaking of the games that count,
Buda Baker gonna be on stressed.
Oh my God! If Buda Baker's in Arizona, because Arizona's making hella moves.
He's gonna be in Philly.
They're trading guys for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with the crust cut off. At this point, it don't matter. Like if all you got to do is call them at that point and just give them vibes, and they say, "What player would you like on our roster?" Right?
Yo, we got a gift card to Olive Garden for Buda Baker. Like shit.
Oh yeah, I got a gift card for free Cheddar Bay biscuits at Red Lobster for a year. Would you like to take a player off our roster because we want Caleb Williams next year? That's the Arizona Cardinals that we will be facing.
And then they traded a fifth for Josh Dobbs.
Start him week 1, please.
Dude, they might. I think they might. They have looked horrendous in practice
versus the Vikings in the joint practices. They look terrible. I haven't seen
Marquise Brown.
Yes, bro, ran the most dirt route I've ever seen.
Byron Murphy, the corner, ran that route for him. Like he was like, bro, this is terrible. He ran the route for him, dude.
I seen somebody post that video that Drewski did where he was like guys at work that think they were football players back in the day. And he had on like a construction site. They said this was Hollywood running the route.
Dude, Drewski's a fool. I love Drewski.
Yo,
but that team is bad, man. Like I told you, like I think we should have traded for Josh Jones, but Calvin Beachum is he's available too. Like, we want to talk about offensive line.
Texans beat us to it, man.
Yeah, man, I would have traded that for him, man. The Texans, they actually building around their quarterback on the line, man.
Yeah, my man Sam got a bump up in Madden from a preseason game. Yep. The Madden creators,
and I played with them too, man. Bro. First day, I got PS5, so let me know if y'all want to run it with some Madden. I'm not the best, but it feels much better. This Madden's way better.
Oh yeah, but hey, they said they need to call for Parrish. Ain't no way in hell they would trade him though.
He's part of the plan. He's part of the Caleb Williams plan.
Yeah, he's the stalwart left tackle that they're gonna. Yeah. He's the building block piece for them.
He's all they got left.
Just to wrap up the Ravens game and move on to the next game, Terry McLaurin, turf toe, the most lingering, annoying, for no reason injury that exists in sports. How concerned are you about Terry's availability for week 1, or should we not even really be worried about week 1?
I mean, people have like been coming at me about this. I said don't play in week 1. Like, oh, I'm not writing anybody off, man. Like we're Washington. Like, bro, I'm not playing him against the Cardinals. If you can't beat the Cardinals even without Terry McLaurin, I don't know what we have way bigger problems than Terry McLaurin playing on the field week 1. Like there's bigger problems if you can't beat this team. And for me, and like I said in my video that I just dropped, are you willing to risk like 5 or 6 games with Terry? You remember Gibson, what was it, 2 years ago when he had that turf toe?
Yeah,
it lingered. It lingered for weeks. It was not good.
It didn't
look good. It's the same thing. Their get off on the line's the same. The running back, you're putting your foot in the ground. You're getting upfield. It's the same thing for Terry. Those cuts. He was a 68. He went up to a 70.
I think he started at 66. He went from a 66 to a 70.
Oh,
yes.
Hell no. Yeah, they needed him.
They was wild.
That's disrespectful.
They were super wild. But honestly, with Terry, like, Y'all forget we got 2 number 1 receivers, bro. Because our number 2 ain't no number 2, bro. That boy we
No.
took, we are out of Penn State, number 1. He is about to go crazy. I predict he leads the team in receptions and receiving yards this year. And if Terry misses time, oh my God,
It's
look
a
out.
wrap.
Look, draft Jahan Dotson in
Yep.
fantasy, y'all.
I got something for y'all to do. You need to go over to Underdog Fantasy to get him right now. 4.5 touchdowns.
Plug it.
Look, Underdog got him at 750 and a half receiving yards on the season and 4.5 receiving touchdowns on the season. He had 7 last year and he missed like 3 or 4 games.
Yep.
So yeah, Underdog Fantasy, promo code JTFB, double your deposit, first deposit. Might as well do it. I've already put that shit on there. I said he's getting over 4.5 touchdowns. He might do that the first 4 games, especially if Terry's out.
Damn, is he about to hit us with back-to-back 2 touchdown games in 2 years in a row like he did Jacksonville in his first ever game last year where he caught the game winner?
That was dirty, man.
Jahan Dotson's route running is just absolute filth. His confidence, his body, everything looks like it's ready to take a huge step forward. And don't discount him and Sam coming into the league together. They come in the same draft class. Sam was throwing it to him at the combine, man. Like, bro, this runs deep. And when you come in with that rookie class, bro, you love to see the cohesion in their building. Terry, get well. Do not rush back. Do not hurry back.
The Cardinals are not worth it, I promise you.
Diami Dotson, and you know what I'm saying? Diami Dotson.
And Kirko, man.
Yeah, they should be able to hold it down.
Yeah.
Terry, rest his toe. Get your toe ready for Mile High Week 2 so we can go get Russ and them boys out of here. Broncos country, let's
they
die.
They hurting too, man. You know? They hurting.
Every receiver that plays for the Broncos has been hurt this offseason. Jerry Jeudy, you got what, carted off today?
Yeah, hamstring. That's probably – he might not play against us, but he might be out for a while depending on how bad it is.
Damn, yo. And like – Patrick is done. His career might be over at this point after back-to-back.
Oh, yeah. No, he's done, dude.
Yeah, his career is probably concluded, bro. It's not looking good, and it's been looking rough from Russ so far in the preseason. But moving on to preseason game number 3 for the Commanders, this used to be the dress rehearsal game when there was 4. But now that there's only 3, this has become preseason game number 4, meaning the starters, the backups, and the backups for the most part. Anybody that's a lock for this roster is not going to have pads on Saturday. It's going to be the Jake Fromm Invitational. And which player specifically are you targeting that need to show the most? Because I heard the coaches say a couple names. I believe they called out the name Ricky Stromberg and Quan Martin. They said Quan Martin's going to get hella time on Saturday. Good. That one surprised me, but I do think he needs the work for sure. What names will you be watching for this Saturday when the Bengals come to town?
Man, I mean, they said Brissett's probably going to start, and then it's like if I had to guess, it's going to be half and half. Like Brissett gets the first half, and then Fromm gets the second. But like obviously, I'm looking at one of these wide receivers to take over that probably 6th final spot. I don't think they're going to do 7. You guys know I'm pulling for Mitch Tinsley. That's my guy. Love Mitch. But Kazmir Allen took over in that 4th quarter, picked up some big plays at the end. Then he's got the special teams reps. Dax Milne, he's hurt. So maybe, getting those reps is going to help Kazmir take that spot. So I'm saying, who's taking that last wide receiver spot? Because somebody's got to just say, hey, it's mine. It's been up between 3 dudes, and I think Byron Pringle, I think he's a lock. He's going to play Saturday, but I think they're going to focus more on some of these, Bryson Tremaine, some of these bubble guys that are likely not going to make the team. But outside of them, I mean, obviously offensive line is the big one. I was saying, hey, go get Josh Jones. We at least need some depth on this line. They said Stromberg, he had a really good game against the Ravens, which is great.
Position flex now, apparently.
Like guard, center.
Guard and center, yeah.
And I mean, that's what I was saying beginning of the season. Like the offensive line we have right now, in my opinion, is not the best combination. Love Sadiq Charles, love Chris Paul, but in my opinion, if you can get Ricky Stromberg or Gates out to the left guard spot,
you don't love Sadiq Charles, Josh. Don't.
He was always hurt. What am I supposed to like?
What do you love about Sadiq Charles? Them calves never last more than 2 days straight at camp.
He looks really good in like a game. Then you're like, yep, nope, he's out for
Yep.
3 games. Like, all right,
Go.
I'm used to it. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, in my opinion, if you can get those 2 guys, Nick Gates and Ricky Stromberg, I don't care who plays where. I think Nick Gates is a better center than he is guard. But I'm looking at that offensive line depth and Quan Martin, man. I told you, you know this. I love Quan. I've been super high on him. Yep. He had that big interception. People say it was luck. I don't know. He was fighting that dude's hands, and if he would have just gave up on the play and not fight his hands and not show the technique he's supposed to, he's not getting that pick. So,
and I love the recovery speed. Don't like how bad he was beat, but he did catch up.
He's learning.
He is learning. He does need more reps too, so I'm glad that he'll be getting some time.
Yep.
Ricky Stromberg, the guard, that's getting a lot of burn this week.
Yep.
And I don't know, man. Yo, is Jamin playing on Saturday? Because the way the coaches talk about him, it sounds like he might play Saturday because Jack, like we were talking about this in the group chat today. They asked Jack about Jamin and Barton. He went on like a Shakespearean type monologue about Cody Barton and said like 6 words about Jamin Davis.
He looks fast.
Yeah, he's cool. But and then Ron has been speaking like this is a rookie player about his development. Yeah, he's starting to catch on. I think he's finally starting to get it a little bit. And
damn,
like,
I hope so.
Right, at what point are we going to see him look like the 19th pick of the draft? Because y'all selected him and y'all told us that y'all believed in his ceiling and all this stuff. We ain't nowhere close to that ceiling. Should Jamin Davis be playing in this meaningless game on Saturday?
No, I don't think so. There's no way any of those 2 starting linebackers, because if one goes down, we're going to have a David Mayo appearance again. I'm not ready for that. Milo Eifler, Khalid Hudson, whoever. I'm not running any of those 2 guys as a starter. So I think this is Jamin's year. Like, he's got to step up and show that he was worth that pick. I'm not saying he's got to look like Fred Warner, but I want some interceptions. I want some key sacks. I want some great coverage plays. That's one thing we've been missing. He can rush the quarterback. He can stop the run. But these coverage plays have been lacking a little bit. He's getting burned by, some running backs, DeAndre Swift, some athletic tight ends and stuff like that. I want to see Jamin in coverage, man. Like, that's what you have to do. When you have 2 linebackers on the field, somebody's got to be able to cover because Barton's looked great in coverage.
Yeah, but we got to get something out of that position this year because we expect the D-line to be dominant and we expect the secondary to cause some turnovers this year. If we could just marry the linebacker group to the rest of the defense, we can really become that dominant defense that they've been promising when they allocated all of this draft capital on the defense these last few years. Are we finally going to have a significantly improved linebacker room in 2023?
No. I don't want to say I'm not going to say significantly, but I'm just saying, dude, Cody Barton has looked good so far. And when we first signed him, I was like, who is this guy? And I did my research and I looked, checked in with the Seattle fan base and the local media, and they were pissed. They're like, how do you not re-sign this guy back? Like, the second half of the season, he was one of their best defensive players. He was like one of the leading tacklers. He was, causing turnovers. He had like an interception, had like 2 forced fumbles. And it's just, they were pissed. Like, how do you let this young guy who's really starting to gain momentum and getting better as he plays, and you just let him go for like nothing? So I think at least Cody Barton's a much improved stand, and everyone loved Cole Holcomb. I liked him too, but I'm telling you, that dude was a liability. He had like 1 or 2 good interceptions in his career, but outside of that, he was getting killed in the run game and in coverage. So in my opinion, we had to upgrade. And I think Cody Barton is an upgrade.
Cody Barton, look, I mean, he sounds like it. The practices that I was out, he looked like the commander of the defense, pun intended.
Yeah.
But so we're going to be seeing a lot of Jake Fromm this weekend. And so you said Jacoby started. Jacoby needs to look much better against threes this week because he looked terrible.
It was bad. That was probably the worst game I've seen in Jacoby. There was a lot of throws. I was like, what is he doing? And Fromm had a couple bad throws, but like that last drive, man, there was a couple that Mitch dropped, and then the one to Curtis Hodges. I don't know how you dropped that, dude. And people said, oh, I don't know, Fromm threw that a little bad.
No, Hodges sucks, bro.
If you're 7'5" or whatever, however tall he is,
6'9" or some shit,
and it's hitting you in the hands like that, dude had like no effort. He was like, Oh, I'm like, bro, go get that thing. It hit you right in the paws. Like, I don't know what the heck he was doing. So, I mean, yeah, Jacoby's got to look better. Like, I'm glad he's getting these reps. And I think, it goes into you don't want to keep your starters out there. There are already some hurt. You don't want Sam out there. But then also, like, Jacoby's got to sharpen up for worst case scenario.
Yeah, you do got to tighten up because I need my spare tire to be reliable. If I got to throw that shit on the car, I need to make sure it can get me from point A to point B. We don't want to have to put it on the car.
No,
you don't want to have
a little donut.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Jake Fromm.
Yeah, oh my God. Jake Fromm is the tank season. Like, if any point Jake Fromm needs to see a regular season snap, we better be in prime position for Caleb Williams in 2024.
We start signing Josh Johnson and all these guys again.
Yeah, oh God.
Going south.
Oh God.
That's not gonna happen though.
We've had some no, we got our guy.
Mark Sanchez ain't coming back. That's for sure.
Exactly. I feel so confident that we got our guy. Speaking of guys, Chase Young. The situation is starting to feel weird. Like, first of all, they made it clear that his stinger was like a self-diagnosed stinger and not necessarily the doctor said he had a stinger thing.
Mm-hmm.
This to me feels like I don't have a long-term contract, so I'll see y'all week 1. I don't feel like playing or practicing.
I'm not going to risk anything. Like,
yeah. Or you on the same page with that?
Yeah, like I don't need to be practicing right now. That's how it feels.
I'm not a fan of that, but I get it.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. Like, he has nothing guaranteed after this.
Yeah, this is true.
You think I'm gonna try to get hurt in a
preseason?
I'll say Allen Iverson practice? You're talking about practice, but no, I mean he's supposed to get checked out. Tomorrow's Friday, right? He's supposed to get checked out tomorrow to see if he's cleared.
I ain't never heard of getting cleared for a stinger, bro. We used to get stingers all the time in high school. You know what the clearance for a stinger was? Are you good to go back in? All right, all right, cool.
Walk, take 3 steps. All right, you look good. But yeah, it is weird. But I think he just wants to be cautious and not throw himself out there to get hurt. Like you said, preseason. I mean, he's obviously not even going to be playing in preseason, but even just practice, like in his opinion, like he probably is like, there's no reason for me to be out here right now. Like, we good, just ready for the season to start.
Hell yeah. My man said, I definitely feel like people on our division be getting guys for pennies and we just be struggling to find good depth. Ron is not very aggressive. I don't know if you guys haven't noticed yet. Ron sits on his hands every year. Like, if we finally have a quarterback, it's because one stumbled upon us. It's not because we actually made an aggressive move to go get our young quarterback. So that's how Ron operates. When you see the Giants bring in an Isaiah Simmons, the Texans go get Jones, and you see the Eagles sniffing around for Jonathan Taylor and all this action going on.
I'll tell you, they're going to get Buda Baker somehow.
They're gonna somehow get Buda Baker and Jonathan Taylor. They got DeAndre Swift, and they're not sitting back saying, all we got's in this room. We're cool. They're still trying to get better, and they were in position to win the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, no, I mean you've got to take some chances, and I know technically we tried with Russ. People don't want to believe it, but we tried with Jimmy G. I got receipts. We tried with Matt Stafford. I got receipts. It just didn't work. But at the same time, our answer was Carson Wentz, Ryan Fitzpatrick. That is one thing I will never. To my grave, I will never forgive Ron Rivera for saying, guys, we're going to take 14-year vet Ryan Fitzpatrick for 1 year. 1 year. He said, and then had the nerves to say, well, guys, you look at the NFC, you look around the NFC East. I forgot who it was. Someone asked him, like, well, what do you think about this quarterback situation in the NFC East? Like, well, Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones, and Dak, and the teams in our division, they had the opportunity to draft a good quarterback and build around them. I'm like, sir, you picked a 50-year-old quarterback in Ryan Fitzpatrick yourself.
A journeyman.
I will never forgive him for that, man.
The ultimate journey.
That lasted a drive.
A whole drive. Water Park Fitz. And only in Washington will somebody call up the radio the next day and be like, yo, he hurt his hip at the water park on a slide a few weeks before. So only in Washington will your starting quarterback get hurt and someone call the radio station and be like, yo, I saw him hurt his hip at our pool a couple weeks ago.
I pushed him in.
The most Washington I've ever heard of, bro. But
I'm a Heineke fan. I did it.
How does this wide receiver position end up shaking out for the final 53? We know the top 4. Number 5 seems to be Byron Pringle.
Yeah.
Who is number 6, and is there a 7th, or are they going with 6?
I don't think
Daniel's hurt right now, so
Dax need to watch his roster spot, man. I don't think there's a way they go with 7, especially with as much as they're gonna want to use Antonio Gibson in the receiving game. There's no point. Like, there's no reason to have 7 wide receivers. I mean, Pringle's got special teams ability. He did it at Kansas City. He didn't do it in Chicago last year, but he did a lot in Kansas City, like kick return, punt return. Danny Johnson's done it. You know, God forbid he's our return guy. I don't want Jahan Dotson back there. He'd probably be the best to do it. But I mean, I guess you'd have to give it to a reliable kick returner, which it looks like they're loving Kazmir Allen to get that last spot. It's just, in my opinion, what's Kazmir Allen going to do in the receiving game if you ever need him? We saw a little bit against the Ravens. Like, he was like these little, dink and dunk slants, and he was taking them like 10 yards after he catches it. So I mean, I think right now Kazmir Allen has the lead. I mean, I guess Dax by default's like right behind him, and then I would say Mitch Tinsley right behind him. But I don't see a way we keep 7 wide receivers.
Yeah, I don't see that either. I think we're definitely keeping 6. I think,
and then we'll practice squad somebody. Like, I would love to put Mitch on the practice squad if he doesn't. Like, if he doesn't make the roster, like, please put him on the practice squad.
Dax being injured is like the curveball in this situation right now. That opens up. Kaz goes off on Saturday. Kaz may have found himself a rock.
He looked like Darren Sproles.
123-yard punt return, and I saw enough, bro. I saw enough in that one. Like, there's potential that something can happen after he fields the punt. Kazmir Allen is probably the number 2 player I want to see this on Saturday, but I need to see something from, I was talking about this on stream the other day, Braden Daniels and KJ Henry, bro. I've not seen anything really positive at all from those 2 players thus far. What is KJ Henry as an edge rusher, as a rookie?
I mean, he had like 2 big stops against the Ravens where he was like hype. But like, outside of that, man, and it's kind of surprising to me because a guy that was at Clemson as long as he was, he's like a veteran guy. He was a leader of that team. I don't know what, like, we're not really seeing much out of him right now, and I don't know why, except Andre Jones Jr. has been phenomenal.
Oh, he's balling.
Dude, he has looked lights out. Like, I watched him most of that fourth quarter in the Ravens game, and he was balling. And then against DeJuan Jones against the Browns, I think he got beat like one time. Pretty good against DeJuan Jones, who he should be. He's a 7th rounder. DeJuan Jones is like early 2nd rounder. He was projected to go 1st round. He has the longest wingspan ever recorded. But he looked really good, man. Like, his get off is crazy. I think, dude, I don't know. Like, I would hate to say that KJ Henry might not make the team, even though we just drafted him.
I really think he might not make it.
I don't know. Like, we've got to see something out of him this game. I don't think he's not going to make the team. I would rather have him and like his potential over like a James Smith-Williams. William Bradley King's not going to make the team. But like Tuhill, he's making it. Obata's a beast. Andre Jones, and then like one other edge rusher. And I wouldn't. I don't know. I would go KJ Henry over James Smith-Williams just because we don't. The potential of something more, and KJ Henry is there. But I don't know. I just haven't seen anything. And Braden Daniels, man, I was pretty high on him. I haven't seen anything of him.
He stinks, man. He's not good. He's a turnstile. Oh my God. He doesn't look like an NFL football player in practice.
And I'm telling you, I wanted Antonio Maffi, and I told people I wanted this fool out of UCLA. And that boy is balling out in camp right now. I see his name all the time on Twitter, man. I'm like, I told you, Antonio Maffi, he'd probably be our starting left guard week 1. Maffi would be.
Watching what Braden Daniels and KJ Henry, the summer that they're putting in a do or die year for Ron Rivera, it makes me kind of upset at going DB back to back to start the draft. Cause it's like, bro, the line is the weakest unit on the team. And You went with 2 O linemen in the 3rd and 4th round. Neither of them about to start this year, and one of them looks like he's not going to be on the roster at all. Like our 4th and 5th round pick may not make the team, man. We traded up for KJ Henry, bro. Like, what are we doing?
That's why I'm saying there's no way this team just gives up on him already. Yeah, Brady Daniels, man, rough. The whole Quan Martin thing, that's going to be one of these picks that fans just harp on for a long time. Like, Quan Martin came into this team with a target on his back because we know what this offensive line looks like. We know where we drafted him, and we know what we already had. So people are like, why the heck did we even get him in the first place? You should have went guard. You should have went tackle. I'll have to go back and see who was like drafted right after him. But it's just like, I mean, I feel bad for him. He's going to have a target on his back his entire career here in Washington.
For sure. He's definitely going to have a target on his back.
And I like him. I think he's good. I think it's going to, maybe it'll take some time for him to get going, but I like Quan, man.
Oh yeah. Y'all really believe in Sam? Bro, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this with all sincerity. Sam Howell was a way better college quarterback than Daniel Jones, and Sam Howell has a way better talent base than Daniel Jones. He has way more arm talent. You're going to see. Your quarterback threw 15 touchdowns last year. Y'all need to pipe the fuck down because I'm sorry, bro. Your quarterback threw for less than 1 touchdown a game. Yeah, y'all made the playoffs, and he had a damn good playoff game.
Saquon
quarterback threw for less than 1 touchdown a game. That man threw for less than a touchdown more than I did a game last year. Like, come on, man. Let's stop it. Sam Howell had 15 touchdowns by week 10. Cut it out. But
dude, if you had to pick right now, who's going to finish with the most yards and touchdowns between Daniel Jones and Sam Howell at the end of the season? Who are you picking?
10 out of 10 people should pick Sam Howell. If Daniel Jones is like, he's safe. He thrived off good coaching in Saquon Barkley last year in a disciplined roster.
Oh yeah, Saquon won them so many games, and they didn't even want to pay him. They're like, we'll see.
Oh yeah, Sam is so much, bro. Daniel Jones does not have a strong arm, bro. He's mobile and he's safe. He's mobile, he's safe, and he knows the Mannings.
He's gonna game manage the shit out the season. That's for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Now that was a finesse. Throwing 15 touchdowns and getting $40 million is an absolute finesse. But hey, shout out to him though. Shout out to him for getting his money. But what are some predictions we got for Saturday? Who's gonna show up and do something on Saturday? Anything bold you got happening?
I mean, this would be I don't know if Diami's going to play or not. I'm going to say this would be a game for Diami just to look like Calvin Johnson against these kids. If I had to guess, man, I'm going to say Andre Jones has a strip sack. Because he's been like that. He's in the backfield a lot. Like, it's coming. Like, he is hitting guys in the backfield a lot. I'm going to say Andre Jones strip sack. And on offense, I'm going to say, all right. Hot take. Kazmir Allen's going to run back a kickoff.
To the crib?
To the crib. He's going to solidify a roster spot. It's going to be a kickoff in the 3rd quarter.
My guy George said that in the chat too. Okay, I like that. I like that. I bet money that Fromm is going to show out trying to get a backup job somewhere.
Now he got QB3 on lock. He's safe here.
He's the practice squad quarterback.
Unless we get Trey Lance, which that's not happening. Trey Lance is going to Minnesota.
Keep him the hell. I'm cool on the whole Trey Lance experiment, but
I'm telling you, he's going to be in Minnesota. If not this season, next.
Bold prediction number 1. Andre Jones does not play Saturday because he's a lock on the roster, and he's in no pads on Saturday.
He's been that good though. It's where I'd be like, respect.
He's coming for Chase. If Chase come out on that bullshit, Andre Jones gonna be right opposite Sweat in that lineup. Watch, bro. If Chase come out still not knowing how to use his hands, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Chase better come out strong week 1.
And I'm not saying Andre Jones is like Chase Young, but I'm just saying, like, if we do lose Chase, God forbid, like, say we do lose Chase, we're not gonna be able to pay him. Okay, like, I think we're fine.
We may be.
Obata's that good. Obata needs his roses. I'll go ahead and say that. F.A. Obata needs his roses, and the rotation still. I'd say Andre Jones is gonna look just fine on that rotation.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts on Trey Lance situation? Trey Lance does not belong on an NFL field right now.
Man.
Like, It looks hard for him to complete a pass, bro.
That's that whole situation's wild because like I have so many people plugged in with the 49ers, man. Like I feel bad for him. It's crazy because apparently like his agent reached out to Kyle and was like, you need to pick Sam or Lance. And he's like, I'm picking Sam. And like, okay, well, you need to trade Lance then. That's apparently what happened. And I mean, they wanted to keep Trey. It's just like they never really gave him the chance when they were going to. He got hurt, and then Purdy's like looking great. So like we're not going to go back to Trey. Like we're gonna ride Purdy as long as we can. So I don't know. Shanahan really wants Kirk Cousins though. Like that has been a well-known fact from people around the league. He wants Kirk Cousins next year, and he missed out on Matt Stafford.
How's Trey Lance better than Sam Howell? Like what are we talking about? Trey Lance, it's hard for him to complete a pass in preseason.
Bro,
right
he
now.
cannot read a defense. He cannot anticipate a throw.
Yeah, Giants fans don't watch football, man.
He can't do nothing. He looked like Daniel Jones, man. He can't. He can just run. That's it. Just run. Yeah. He's got a strong arm. Like Trey's got a cannon. But if you can't use it, you just spraying bullets all over the place. Like,
Bro, it looks extremely difficult for him to drop back, hit his back foot, and throw the ball. Like it looks really bad. I was watching that game because I want Trey Lance to be good. It looks so bad, bro. I would be so upset if that was our situation.
Bad.
We've seen
he gets so lucky too. Like that one pick, that should have been a pick. It's
yeah,
like
the touchdown. Yeah.
If that was us, man, they would have ran that back to the crib.
What's going on, Samantha? Forbes looks the part. Forbes, hey, my draft reaction, hey, I want to eat all the crow on it because he looks the absolute part. Yeah, and if you've seen the mic'd up of him, has so much charisma, personality. He has the swagger of a number one shutdown cornerback.
Yeah, no, he's great. And then he's showing the ability to stick his nose in there in 3rd and short to stop the run twice. Like, man, I don't care how small he is, man. And I got him on. I do a fantasy draft on Madden. Some of y'all might saw this. Me and my buddy Aaron, we just pick a random team. I got the Panthers. I said, I'm getting Forbes, man. I don't care who it is. First game, this guy got a pick 6, ran it back to the crib. So Forbes is nice in Madden too.
Forbes is fast, man. He has amazing recovery speed. Deontay Banks better than Forbes. No. I like the Deontay Banks, and I really wanted him, but now that he's a giant, F him, bro.
Now he getting killed by Darren Waller every practice.
Oh yeah, Deontay Banks. Hey, don't put a microphone in front of that man. Can't talk for shit. That man can't speak for a damn. But shout out to Deontay Banks, local kid. He's about to get cut up. Oh, and since he's a Giants fan, almighty finesse, please start Bobby McCain and please sign William Jackson III. Start Bobby McCain and sign William Jackson III. I promise you, we're going to convert every 3rd down, and it's coming right at Bobby McCain. Bobby McCain is rocking 21 for the Giants, bro. That's nasty work.
Nah, he deserves like a 80 something.
He deserves something nasty 50, like how 56. Teddy Bridgewater's wearing 50 in the preseason. Yeah. That shit is hideous.
That's
bro.
Bad. Someone said send it to Canton. I was like, hell no.
How did he get Isaiah Simmons? I mean, Isaiah Simmons hasn't been good, but he's still freaky athletic.
Yeah, but I don't trust the Cardinals. Like,
yeah, the Cardinals may not have been able to because Hassan Reddick, you know.
Oh yeah, well, he leaves Arizona. Now he looks like one of the best pass rushers in the league. Yeah. And I think with Isaiah Simmons, you either need to do the same thing with Hassan Reddick. You either put him on the line and just tell him to get to the quarterback, or you just need to have him drop back in coverage. And not a linebacker. He is not a linebacker. So many Washington fans are like, oh, we need Isaiah Simmons. He is not a linebacker. He's going to play like a big safety, or he's going to play like a nickel corner. He's not a linebacker, I promise you. Like, that's why he looks so bad.
Yep. And Wink Martindale is a defensive guru over there, so I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, no, Wink's good, man.
There's something to squeeze out of Isaiah Simmons. They'll find it, but I'm not hurt. I'm not butthurt and crying myself to sleep because we didn't make the move for Isaiah Simmons.
I'm not saying nothing nice about the Giants. They had my boy Jake Fromm doing that quarterback sneak, man.
On 3rd down.
That was dirty work. That's unforgivable.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Y'all lost all creds, all street creds going after that play.
All right, so how's this game playing out? Who makes themselves other than Casimir Allen? You already brought him up. Who makes themselves a roster because of Saturday?
Man. If I had to go, it's going to have to be somewhere where there's like some good depth battles outside of wide receiver. What about DBs, man? There's no way Wild Goose would be on this team after that, after what we saw against the Ravens.
He's atrocious, man.
I don't know how long Danny Johnson's going to be out. Like people were saying, I think he might have been practicing. So I'm looking at DBs, like guys like Christian Holmes. Who else?
Yuck.
Treat Castro Fields.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. Like, we may need to go shopping because who the hell is cornerback 5 on this roster right now? And
man,
it's going to be like Wild Goose by default, and I hate that.
Yeah, Forbes, Fuller, Juice. I don't know if they're classifying Quan as a corner or what.
Well, I would say Johnson's probably the next one.
Yeah, Johnson.
And who?
I guess it's.
I know it's dicey, bro. Louis T asked us on the show, and I was like, shit, what do we have at cornerback behind our main guys?
Hey, we were straight. We got rid of Cam Dantzler, but he ain't staying nowhere, apparently. I don't know what's wrong with Cam. Everybody's cutting him.
That boy is slow.
Yeah, but, I mean, dude, it's bad. I think Christian's got some oomph to him. He be hitting people. He be laying people out. But, yeah, outside of that, man. Wild Goose, oh, that's an ugly duckling. More like a wild goose, man.
Wild Goose is. I cannot believe I've seen multiple Wild Goose jerseys at training camp, bro. That
mind blowing.
That is. This fan base never fails to amaze me, man.
Wild
Goose jerseys.
One thing to watch out for. We've seen a little bit of it. Obviously, we had some trades going down a little bit. But then roster cuts, dude. It's different this year.
Yep.
It went from progressing, these little stages. Hell no, it is clean house day. It is roster cleaning, and everybody's cutting at least like half their team at the same time. It's going to be from like a small pool of free agents to like thousands of players in this pool of free agents. So I think for me, like what I'm watching for, as much as, Ron and them say, oh, this team's great, it's fine. If someone gets cut, they said Isaiah Simmons was almost cut.
That close.
But the Giants said, we want to skip that whole waiver process. We're going to trade you a 7th for him. There's some other players that are going to be surprise cuts out there. So that's what I'm really keeping an eye on. I'm listening on these other teams who's, some of these surprise cuts that could happen. What else do the Cardinals do? Is there a salary cut, like a salary cap cut guy that's coming as the season starts? Is there an offensive lineman? Is there another corner? Like you said, is there maybe a better wide receiver? So, I don't know.
Are we going to actually jump on one if they do become?
Well, that's the thing. Like, it kills me. Like I'm not saying we're a lock to just get every guy that we want or even inquire about. Because, like I said, we wanted Russ. It didn't happen. But are we at least going to say, hey guys, we're struggling at the left tackle spot. We need depth, or right tackle spot. Who's our backup right tackle? Say Wiley gets hurt. Who's our backup right tackle?
Who is it? Montero or some shit? Like, who is it?
I would have to swing Cornelius Lucas out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the swing tackle. Yep, he's the
but
swing.
Still,
and if he goes down, we're completely fucked.
Yeah, that's the worst offensive tackle duo in the NFL. We got Corn Lucas and Charles Leno. Like, bro, that's bad.
Right.
Sam is gonna be running for his life. So I don't know. That's why I wanted Josh Jones, because you just never know what can happen. He's a starting caliber guy. He might not be, Rashawn Slater or something, but Jesus, man, like I'm just prepared for if something happens, we're not gonna just miss a beat. It's not gonna look like that. Remember that Eagles game last year to start the season?
Oh my god, bro! I'm telling you, me and Jalen, like midway through that game, we decided to just walk laps around FedEx because there was no reason to watch it. Bro, I was so devastated and defeated and sitting in all that green on the home sideline.
It was bad. Yeah. Every play, Carson Wentz was just getting killed. Exactly. I was watching Norwell and Trey Turner's old ass getting blown up by that line.
And then like 80% of the sacks were on Carson too, because Carson was just standing there. Like he was a fucking statue. He was seeing ghosts.
Yeah, bro. And 6 games out of the year, you're getting the Eagles D-line, You're getting Micah Parsons, Marcus Lawrence, Sam Williams. I'll even throw him in there. Then you're getting the Giants, their defensive line. Like, it's a tough league, bro. We're playing some really good defensive lines. Once again, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Zaven Collins and the Cardinals. I'm not worried about I'm not worried about the Broncos. But you start going to the Bills, but you start playing these NFC East games, you're gonna be like, damn, our offensive line looks bad.
We were talking about it in the group chat today. Imagine how bright Sam Howell's superstar will be if we win our first 2 games, and that Sunday coming up where Buffalo comes to town, Allen versus Howell, and he outduels Allen, and we start 3-0. Sam Howell will be on the cover of everything. He will be on the cover of everything. He'll be getting interviewed by every talk show circuit. He gonna be on the Pivot podcast. He gonna be on I Am Athlete, all that shit. Man.
Good Morning Football. He gonna be there Monday morning. Dude, that would be
the Sam Wagon's gonna be crazy.
I hate to say it, but I feel really good about these first 2 games. The only thing that worries me, the Broncos have a good defense. I don't care. Good. You put Patrick Surtain on any defense, and I'm gonna say they got a good defense because
he might be the best corner in the league.
Oh, he is. I'm not just saying that because I'm an Alabama fan. He's like,
I'm not mad at it.
He legit is, in my opinion. I think he's the best, and he's one of the youngest ones, which is wild.
He's like that, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, him and Jahan or him versus Terry. That's a good matchup, man. I'm not worried about their offense. If our defense doesn't hold them to less than 14 points, I don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, because Russ not cooking no more out there. I don't know what the hell is going on.
He eating Chef Boyardee now. I don't care if it's Sean Payton or Jesus Christ is the head coach. There is nothing on that offense that worries me. Like, bro, Russ, I saw that preseason game where Sean Payton had him until the 3rd quarter almost.
Oh my God! No, because he was forcing them to have a good drive. Like he was trying to make them have one.
It took a 4th and like 10. He hit Jerry Jeudy up the middle for like a touchdown. I was like, bro, they have not scored. It is literally halftime. And they got Russ coming back out on the field.
That game was disgusting.
Ugly. I forgot who they played.
I think it was the Cardinals. It was the Cardinals.
God, yeah.
It was our first 2 opponents. That's why I watched it. I watched that whole first half later that night. I
tried to sim it. I forgot it was a live game. I was like, hell no. Fast forward this shit.
Shit was super nasty.
No, it was bad.
Who is the starting? Oh no, you go ahead and finish first.
No, but I was gonna say those first 2 games, like I feel like that's as good as it gets for us.
Yep, and it's the perfect setup. We never get off to a fast start. I believe our last 2-0 start was 2011 when Rex Grossman beat the Giants in week 1 and Ryan Kerrigan's first game, and the Cardinals week 2, where Santana Moss caught a game winner. That John was beautiful. I remember I was at both of those games. We had 2 straight home games to start that year. That's the last time we started 2-0, 12 years ago.
Dude, we're not even asking for much.
2-0, bro. Let me show up to that Buffalo game week 3.
I'm showing my ass.
With a 2-0 record, bro. I'm going through fucking tables if we're up 2-0. We're 2-0, and we got the Bills coming into. And they let us beat the Bills. If we beat the Bills and start this year 3-0, we're wilding in FedEx Field.
You can't tell me that we don't look somewhat good against the Bills every time we play them.
We do. We do. No matter how good or bad we are.
It's close every time.
Pull away.
Some reason Antonio Gibson does some crazy shit. The little 80-yard screen pass. Like some reason we always play them pretty well. And then it's just like, hell, we lost. But man, I don't know, man. This season's gonna be wild. I'm so ready. This is like the most excited I've been for a season. It has nothing to even do with the owner. Like on the field product, this is the most excited I've been since RG3.
Yeah, this feels like the most genuine and realistic optimism because the roster's really good. The roster is really good, bro. That's why it's more than laughable, and it's like really asinine and lazy when I see people predicting 5 and 6 wins. Yeah. Like, what are y'all talking about?
There's no
bro?
way. And dude, I rest in peace, Haskins. Love you. But I knew he needed work. I knew he wasn't like a starting caliber quarterback coming right into the league. I feel like with Sam, I've seen enough in college with this 3 years because I love my experienced quarterbacks. And I've seen enough already to say, like, I think Sam is ready to go. But yeah, there's going to be growing pains. It's not going to be perfect all the time, of course. There's gonna be some ugly ass games. He's gonna take some sacks. He's gonna throw some interceptions. But I'm telling you, those fun times, those good moments with Sam, you're gonna be like, holy shit, like he's got something.
These guys, Eagles fan, we sound exactly like y'all did last year when y'all were saying that Jalen Hurts was good before the world knew that he could throw a fucking football. Like, we didn't know.
There was so many Eagles fans against Hurts too. Like his first season, they're like, I don't know, this guy needs some time. What if we trade for so and so? What if we draft so and so in the next draft? There, Eagles fans and the media were talking about, oh, maybe the Eagles go ahead and move on from Jalen Hurts after that first year. You don't know what the hell is going to happen. And Josh Allen, it took him 3 years to turn into a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Sam asks who's going to catch the most touchdowns from Sam this year. Said our money's on Diami. I'm going with Uno. I'm going with Han Solo, Jahan Dotson.
But you check out that game. He's looking for Diami every play, though.
Oh, he is going to try his damnedest to make fetch happen with Diami Brown. That is his college boy. That's his UNC
legit,
brother.
Like best friend. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So he's going to force that damn rock. He going to make Diami catch that shit. Because Diami dropped that one touchdown. He made sure he got another chance.
Yeah, he said right before halftime, he said, I'm going to get you another one.
Hell yeah.
But I'm telling you, dude, Jahan Dotson, from a production standpoint, I think he's going to be a top 6, top 7 wide receiver in the NFC, like production wise. I'm trying to think of like wide receivers in the NFL that can outproduce him.
Hey, man's just saying anything on the chat right.
You need to find Jesus if you think Daniel Jones is the best quarterback in the NFC East.
Daniel Jones might not be the best quarterback on the Giants.
Who is their backup?
Tyrod Taylor.
How did he survive, bro?
Tyrod, I'm fucking with you.
Tyrod. Tyrod's not good.
Yep. He the fourth best quarterback in the NFC East, though. I don't even need to see Sam. You already know what Sam can do is more than what Daniel Jones can do.
I don't know, man. What's his Cooper Rush, man?
True shit.
Cooper Rush almost had as many touchdowns as he did.
Hell yeah. Oh, man, me and you almost had as much touchdowns as Daniel Jones had. Like, he only had 15 more than us.
I got to look this up.
15 touchdowns in 17 games is nasty. That is nasty. Like, oh, he didn't throw interceptions. Yeah, he didn't throw fucking touchdowns either. Like, bro.
Cooper Rush had 5 touchdowns in 2022.
Yeah, he had a whole third of Daniel Jones' 17 weeks last year. Daniel Jones had 14 touchdowns more than Sam Howell. Sam Howell started 1 game last year and was on pace to throw for more touchdowns.
Cooper Rush started 5 games. And had 5 touchdowns and over.
He was on pace to throw more. What was Daniel Jones, like 28th in touchdowns last year? 15 touchdowns to start 17 weeks is crazy, yo.
Jahan had almost as many receiving touchdowns as Daniel Jones had touchdowns, bro. That's wild.
Yo, that's crazy. He started every game too. That's the crazy part, yo. They were Brian Daboll and
15-5, bro.
They're really good coaches because they hid Daniel Jones from football. They hid him from the passing game because that's the only. I've never heard of a quarterback of a playoff team who started every game had 15 touchdowns.
Bro, this is wild. So he had 15 last year, 10 the year before that, 11 the year before that. He had 15, 10, and 11, 15, 10 plus 11.
Nasty.
36 touchdowns.
Nasty.
And 22 interceptions.
Oh, yeah, Curtis is going to get here. He is like the unspoken about receiver right now, but Curtis Samuel, and this is the last year of his contract, he's going to ball, man. And I feel like we're not hearing about him because that's by design. Eric Bieniemy has a lot of plans for Curtis Samuel, and a lot of which is not going to be shown. They're not going to show their hand in preseason games. It is definitely by design that no one's talking about Curtis Samuel right now.
And dude, like in Curtis, people are. I mean, I had to rewatch his last season to do some film studying. Curtis was better than a lot of people want to admit. Like Curtis doesn't get enough appreciation for like what he did, and. I mean, especially like the Jaguars game, there's a lot of after the catch abilities that he has. Like Eric Bieniemy's offense and how Curtis Samuel plays, it's a perfect marriage. I'm telling you, Antonio Gibson and Curtis Samuel both, and Cole Turner too. I think those are like the top 3 players that benefit from Eric Bieniemy being who he is. Quick passing concepts. Him out of the backfield, him in the slot, wherever. Dude, Curtis could have a big year if he can stay healthy.
Hell yeah. Who's starting at tight end week 1?
Dude, I thought Logan was like back and good. I don't know about this. What is it, a calf or what's he got going on? Some kind of stinger or something.
Yeah, it's calf or something.
I don't know, dude, because he looked good in camp, but now they've been like really quiet about this. So if it's not him, I say you let Cole Turner get the tight end 1 reps because it ain't Bates. Yeah, Logan Thomas calf. Nikki said we'll be out for individual, and Ron said he's progressed well. He has progressed well.
Yeah, Cole Turner's starting week 1, bro. Cole Turner is your starting tight end week. Yo, I'm calling up Arizona and asking about Trey McBride, bro. I'm calling him and asking about Trey McBride, bro. Hey, we'll throw you a 6, bro. What y'all doing with McBride? Y'all don't need him, bro. He's not a part of your future.
No, and I feel bad for him. He was one of the best tight ends that draft class when he came out.
Bro, I would take him here with open arms.
Oh, absolutely. And especially over Bates. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I was ready to see Logan Thomas like take off, so I'm kind of concerned like what his timetable looks like now because he was good to go. But yeah, Cole has looked the part anyways. So like I'm not concerned. And I know EB got something cooking in that playbook of his, man.
Hell yeah. Oh, hey, shout out to this comment, my guy Red Wing. Even if Jones is better, I take solace in knowing the Giants locked themselves in purgatory for the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. $40 million quarterback, 15 touchdowns started every year. Like that sounds like a quarterback that missed half the season, bro. Like that. Hey, shout out to them, though. Shout out to them for keeping it, even though he owns us. He's like 5-1-1 versus us. Don't make him good at quarterback.
Yeah, we gotta stop that this year. I don't know how the hell they keep getting away with it.
Yeah. Let's just all right. Even though it doesn't matter, throw out a score prediction for this game Saturday. Who gets your game ball? And I'll do the same, and we'll go ahead and sign off out of here.
I'm gonna say 24-23. Cincinnati.
You're not gonna have us undefeated?
No, I'll go ahead and say yes. I don't know who they're gonna be playing. I don't think they'll be playing that many starters either, honestly. But I saw a funny meme the other day. I gotta show you. I don't know if you can see this. It says, where are you going, heaven or Cincinnati? So shout out to Cincinnati, man. I've never been, but Ohio does suck as a state. I could never live there.
Yeah, he said, "F it, I'll take Ertz off the Cardinals' hand." They selling. They selling for the low. We could throw him a case of waters for Zach Ertz.
Oh yeah,
right.
Like cheap, like the Food Line brand water.
Oh yeah,
none of that premium
and washed-ish.
But the only player I think we actually have a chance of getting from them is Kelvin Beachum, offensive line. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, man, Ron got his hand in his pockets. He got his sunglasses on, man. He cool until the season starts.
Yeah. Hell yeah. He got one more year before he's cooling on the golf course.
And you know what's funny? We as fans get like too attached to some of these players. I think that Ron's worse than us. He's like, you know what, Apke? Come on back. Yeah, Dax. Yeah, you're good enough.
He has an affinity for Dax Milne and Troy Apke as long as like Troy Apke and Dax Milne are the players that symbolize what Ron has been as a head coach during his time in the league.
Ron holds on to some place. Oh, we can't get any better. Our roster's good. We can't improve.
Everything we need is in this room.
Yeah, everything we need is in this room. No. We don't need another tight end or a tackle. We good.
He said Daniel Jones would throw for 30 touchdowns and 12 picks. Does he have 30 career touchdowns at this point? Because the way that them numbers
he's barely had that in the last 3 years combined. Yeah. It took him 3 years to hit 30 touchdowns.
We might average a whole 13 touchdowns a season.
And it took him only one to hit 12 interceptions.
Hey, I guarantee you Sam Howell throws for more touchdowns than Daniel Jones this year. If Daniel Jones throws for more touchdowns than Sam Howell this year, I'll buy a giant snapback and wear it on the channel.
I'll buy him a jersey. Almighty, drop your email if you think he does.
Hey.
Drop your Twitter.
You heard us both. And this does not count if Sam gets injured. If he
Either
gets
of them.
picked,
I'll be fair. If Daniel Jones breaks his back or something.
either of them. Yeah, if they both start the majority of the season and Daniel Jones throws more touchdowns than Sam Howell, I'll buy a giant snapback and wear it on this motherfucker.
I'm
And
really
Josh
looking.
will get you a jersey, bro.
His projection is 17 and a half passing touchdowns. Bro, I'm smashing that under, bro. And his projection is 9 interceptions.
Oh my God. 17 and a half. Yo.
But Tua's passing touchdown projections 27.
That's
So
my
like
God, man.
people are 17 and a half is not good for him.
Jonathan, if
Bro,
Howell comes out and
stop.
gives
This is bad. This is bad. Justin Fields is projected to have more passing touchdowns than Daniel Jones.
Yikes.
Jordan Love is projected to have way more.
Hey, I think Love gonna be nice, bro. The Packers, that franchise is not allowed to not have a quarterback, bro. They've had a quarterback forever. Their fans don't know what it's like to not have a quarterback.
Yeah.
So 4 years in the game, he's not a young buck. He's a veteran. So there's no excuse for Love not to just come in and just get shit done off rip.
This is the worst. Mac Jones is projected to have more passing touchdowns.
McCorkle Jones.
Michael McCorkle Jones. Kenny Pickett is. Anthony Richardson has almost the same. So that just tells you right there. The entire world. Desmond Ridder is projected to have 17. Daniel Jones is projected 17 and a half. So that just tells you how bad it is. Like, I feel like smashing the under on that. 17 and a half, there's no way he hits 18 passing touchdowns. There's no way.
Who throwing it? Oh, well, Waller's going to be nice over there, but your
Waller's
best receiver
nice.
is
Wyatt's nice.
Hyatt.
Yeah, but yeah, Hyatt. And I say that, but we always get killed by like Sterling Shepard and all these.
I know, we do get killed by random Ricky James and some random people.
Hey, he was nice last year. Hodges,
yeah. Random people. Those two Giants games.
But they ain't scoring touchdowns, that's for sure.
Yeah, those games
Saquon is.
Because they didn't do anything, and we managed to not beat them last year.
I wholeheartedly, I can honestly say Saquon Barkley is the only Giants player ever I've actually been a fan of.
Appreciate that, Sam. Yeah, I love Saquon Barkley, though. I do like that guy, and I was really hoping that he knew his worth as a young king and set out the whole year. I was totally supporting
10 touchdowns last year, 1,300 yards after coming back from all these injuries he's had.
Hey, Saquon, you should have known your worth, King. You should have set out the year, bro. Exactly. You should have set out, man. You deserve better, King.
But AP gone somewhere else, man.
Yep. Force your hand next time, bro. But
by God, he got them extra $900,000 of incentives.
Oh my God, running backs, man,
a slap in the face. The New York.
R.I.P. to the position.
Almighty Finesse. That's what y'all's name should be for the New York Giants. Almighty Finesse. I don't know how the hell y'all convinced him to come back.
After giving Daniel Jones 40 minutes, James Robinson's trash.
James Robinson getting passed around like a high school cheerleader.
And
I don't even know James Robinson.
And wherever Slayton is in the world right now, he's dropping a football because that's what he do, and that's what he do when he play Washington every single time.
God forbid y'all post another picture on a yacht and get cursed for the next 10 years.
The yacht picture, that was an epic moment, though. But
bro, that's what I don't want to say Netflix because they fumbled the bag with the Swamp Kings thing. Prime or somebody need to pick up and do a documentary on the yacht.
Yeah, the yacht picture.
The yacht pic.
I want full details. I want to know why it happened. I want to know where it happened. I want to know, like, was this planned? Like, it's going to be a whole bunch of OBJ celebrity type shit. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this stream, y'all. Got to catch me some Z's. Got work in the morning. The gym whoop my ass. And it's a preseason game. That's why the conversation mostly wasn't about the preseason game, because this is the game where nobody of relevance, for the most part, is playing. I think Ricky Stromberg and Quan Martin are probably the most notable players we're going to see. And I don't even think Andre Jones is going to get burned like that.
No.
But
it's completely different from last year when Sam started the whole game. We're like, oh, shit, finally we get to see him.
Hell yeah. When
totally different. Like, oh, hell.
2 touchdowns on the field last year.
We get 3 hours of Jake Fromm.
Yo, 3 hours of Jake Fromm, and I'm watching it in person. It's going to be just complete nasty work, bro.
Yeah, you better than me. I'm for sure watching it on TV.
They over there hyping James Robinson. God bless Almighty Finesse. God bless.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all for.
I'm gonna pray for him tonight.
Shout out to y'all for pulling up in the chat. Make sure y'all are subbed up to my boy JTFB. We need to get him to 2K subscribers.
So close,
and
man.
let the folks know about Underdog Fantasy one more time.
Yep, like you said, JTFB on YouTube, at Josh Taylor FB on Twitter. But download Underdog Fantasy so you can play some contests with me this season, win some money. I've been doing it in preseason. I'm up like $300 right now because preseason's so much fun. Like I said, man, Jahan Dotson, 4.5 touchdowns. There's so many good lines out here right now. And just use my promo code JTFB and they will match your first deposit up to $100. So like I did $50. They put me an extra $50 when I first signed up last year. So now's the time before the season starts. You get free money to play with. I'm doing it. As soon as we get off here, I'm literally making a contest with Jahan Dotson.
Cha-ching.
4.5 touchdowns? Bro,
Easy
the league.
money.
And Sam Howell, someone asked on the side, Sam Howell numbers. They have not put out really any Sam Howell numbers because the league has no idea what to expect. Vegas doesn't know what's going to happen. It's going to be like an hour before kickoff week 1. Like all his season like projections are going to drop. So there's nothing really out for Sam yet, which is crazy.
That's that. When those numbers do post, make sure you post about them because I want to know them because I may play them myself. Y'all get on Underdog Fantasy using Josh's code one more time, which is
JTFB.
JTFB on Underdog Fantasy. Run it up, and congrats to you, my boy. We're doing big things out here. Keep your name buzzing, and will I be seeing you week 1, my boy?
You gonna have to drag me out of that stadium. I'm telling you, bro. We are going to be celebrating. I posted that video on Twitter today with Wahlberg walking out of church.
Oh my God.
He said, what a glorious Sunday service. He's like, my brother, shalom. That's another going to be us, bro.
I swear I want to start the tailgate on Saturday night and just spend the night in the parking lot, bro.
Oh, dude, if you do, let me know. I'll be there mad early. Like I'll probably get there on like Friday.
Tailgate sleeping at the stadium. That would be the nastiest work ever.
We're gonna be nasty.
We'd be faded.
They're taking a shower in the bathroom.
Be in the porta potty washing up and shit.
Oh hell no.
That's gonna do for the stream. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button on my boy. Until next time, hail to the Washington Commanders. Eagles fan, F the Eagles, F the Giants, and F the Cowboys, even though
all
they were
31 of y'all, honestly.
Yeah, all of y'all. All of y'all are the ops.
Cardinals catching strays too.
Oh, yeah, the Cardinals. Oh, my God. Lock them in for Caleb Williams and the number 1 pick in the draft next year. That's all we got for right now. Hail to the Commanders. Peace.